soon as Atletico Madrid had bought a team here in Ottawa, I knew it'd take a little bit of time, but they've had a great off-season. You can tell they've been working from the Madrid blueprint. I think Fernando and his team have put together a fantastic roster, and I think they'll be there in the long run. I think they'll be a threat for it this year, and we really enjoyed that game. Bitter to lose, but we're looking forward to more battles. But that's what this league's about, creating more opportunities and games like that where it can go either way.
Coach, you talked about that second half being a little bit better performance than in the first. The way Ottawa sort of set up, Fraser Aird was getting an awful lot of space down that right-hand side. Are you a little bit disappointed you weren't able to capitalise on that with balls into the box?
Yeah, it's a funny one because the ball bounces funny on turf, and it does. And you can see Joe Mason's right there, and it's the first professional game in this league for Joe Mason and Fraser to play together. But you can see that there's going to be a chemistry there. You saw Ali Musi improve in that second half, and he became a handful. And had it not been for this part of the season where there's a little bit of you're cautious of a bit of fatigue setting in and muscle injuries, we'd have left Ali on. So Fraser put some great balls in and set plays and crosses, and we'll build from this.
We'll go to some of the Zoom questions. We'll start with Todd.
Hey, Coach, I guess, can you tell me a little bit, maybe expand a little bit on that? You've got lots of, not lots, but you've got some new blood. It's going to take a little bit of time for you guys to get the chemistry, and your first match out, you can't expect everything to go your way that way.
No, you can't. It was a tough road game. I think Ottawa were a bit better and shaded us in the first half in terms of possession and territory in our half of the pitch. But I think second half we'd made the adjustments we needed to, and we were pinned in their half. All it took now was it just needed a bounce to go our way. We had claims for a penalty, wasn't to be. They got a penalty, and it was. And then suddenly it just gives them the added incentive to park the bus and keep it low. But we didn't quit, and I think that's the qualities I like in this group. We'll take our licks, and we keep building forward on it.
That said, you can't go on this kind of extended road swing to start the season and not get points out of it.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's 3 points in every game. We'll play to win in every single game. So you do what you can on the road, because I know when we come back to Atco Field, and the second half of the season, we play 9 games at home, and that's massive. So first game, we've only got 5 at home, and we've got 9 on the road. And we just got to, claim as many points as we can. A draw could have been a fair result, because it is a tough place to come, and a lot of teams will have problems here.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Safe travels.
Thanks.
We'll go to Benedict next.
Thank you. Hi, Tommy. You mentioned this on the broadcast that you thought you maybe weren't good enough to win, but you also thought you weren't bad enough to lose. Maybe elaborate a bit more on that.
Well, listen, I think it's about, you've seen in the first game, Halifax and York, there wasn't a ton of goal opportunities. It's always one of those that come late, and it's often mistakes that separate, and both teams hardly give up any mistakes. I think the only 2 mistakes there was Drew Becky getting sent off for stamping, and Jose Escalante handballing. And other than that, both teams cut it out. It was a very good tactical chess match, and in that, then if mistakes aren't going to happen, you need that bit of quality to unlock. And I thought at times it might have been Ali Musi that was started to combine well, and but like I said, it wasn't to be. So we'll just keep going.
And you lined up in the back 3 with Ben Fisk and Fraser out on either side. What did you see from those two, and as well with Jose coming in the second half?
Yeah, I thought they did smash in. I thought Fraser gives us that natural width and good ball service. Ben Fisk is a terrific pro, and when Tom Field went down in the unfortunate way he did, we just had to put our best opportunity with players on there. And I thought Ben Fisk was good today. He ran his socks off, put some balls in the box, got a lot of second ball, and tried to progress us up the pitch. So there's a lot of things, I'm not in doom and gloom mode there. There's a lot of good things that we can take away and build from, and we've got to get used to traveling on the road. So if we can perform like that next week at Forge, I think we'll get something from there.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, Benedict.
Thank you, Benedict. And then we'll get the last question to Brendan.
Thanks, Michelle. Hey, Tommy. Commiserations on the loss tonight. Just maybe sort of in the same vein as Ben's question there. Curious what you thought of Charlie Trafford's performance tonight on his debut. I know that he's a guy that you've I believe worked with for quite a long time now. So just maybe thoughts on how he turned out tonight.
I thought he got better as the game grew on. It's always funny for these lads to get the bounce of the turf, and Ottawa train on this pitch. We don't. We had one session there, so it takes you a while to kind of just adjust to it. And once we did, like I said, that's why second half we kind of got the bounce, got the rubs, got our positioning right. And I thought Charlie created a great shield for us in front of our back three and was able to keep us in possession, move the ball around, and broke up play very well. So I thought he had a good performance today, and again, something to grow onto.
And maybe rolling back to a couple of seasons now, this is the first time that Cavalry's had a loss in their first game of the season. Just maybe, I know that you're not a guy that chops and changes from game to game, but maybe just the tactical adjustments that you'll need to make ahead of next week's game.
I think it comes down to a few things. You never make a decision on an emotional brain, so I think what we'll do is reflect, watch the game back again on the plane home, recap it with the boys, look at the good, better, best scenarios. Then we'll look at our forwards play tomorrow and what we can do, because it's all about tactics. What have we got that can hurt them, and what have they got that can hurt us? And then you put a game plan together and commit to it with the boys. But yeah, we're not gonna. Maybe it's a good thing that we didn't pick up points in our first game, because it hasn't really done us any justice in the playoffs. So as I said, it's a 28 game qualifying process. We'll put as many points on the board, and then when we have the opportunity to go into playoffs, it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, I've said it from the beginning. It's special for me to come back. The country's been crying out for this league, and it's pretty cool to see it come, and it's starting to really take strides forward. It's great, and great turnout today from their fans. Great game today, and obviously a frustrating one, but beyond that, it's been unbelievable for me to be home and back working with Tommy is special. Back playing with Mace, and that's an unbelievable group. So for me, it's just special, and we need to grow into it. And frustrating today, but beyond that, it's great to be here.
Yeah, what about that? I mean, Mason was one of the more popular guys here when he was here for 2 years. So what's it like just getting the opportunity to play for him?
Yeah, he's a popular guy for a reason. He's an unbelievable pro. He's a great player, and he's an unbelievable guy. The city, everywhere he's gone, he's had that love. So it's a testament to his character and how he is, his persona. He's a big personality, and it's special for me. Obviously, we've grown up and dreamed about this. We've talked about it for a long, long time, and so it's pretty cool to finally see it come to fruition. And obviously, it's bittersweet one today, him not starting and playing with him. But we're excited to play together. It's pretty cool.
Perfect. Maybe I'll throw it to the people in Calgary. So we'll go with to Todd over to Zoom.
Hey, Charlie, Todd Saloff, Calgary Sun, Calgary Herald. I guess, do you feel like you should have had at least 1 point out of that one today? At least deserved it?
Yeah, frustrating one. But we knew it. We had all the preparation the last 9 weeks, and I thought this week we were unbelievable, kind of gearing up to this. We knew how they were going to play. First game of the season, obviously there's a little bit nerves, there's a little bit overexcitement, there's all that involved. And so the first half was a little bit more chaotic than we wanted, but you saw second half when we started to put our quality and we stamped that on the game, then we'll start to kind of control games and dominate teams. But yeah, we can't be naive on the other side. We need to be ruthless in both boxes. It's a word that keeps coming up in our dressing room, and we knew how they were going to do that. They were going to sit in and hope for a counter, hope for a mistake, and they get it. So they've stuck to their game plan. But yeah, beyond frustrating, we've created a lot. We started to grow into that game, and that's, so I thought we deserved something out of that game. But that's football, and if it doesn't matter what you deserve. So it's we need to bounce back from that and readjust and make sure we go again next week.
You're one of the new guys. It's going to take a little bit of time, isn't it, to get all the gel together for the new guys. Just don't come in and all of a sudden things start working.
Oh, a testament to Tommy, though. That's one of his strengths. He builds that group so strong, and you come in and from the first week you feel gelled into it. You have to earn the respect and you have to work your way in. But we have a strong group and a great core of leaders and personalities. But of course, it takes time. Once you go to this game, it's different than the preseason games. It's different from training, and it'll take a little bit to really get us up and going. But you can see that we have a lot of quality, and we're gonna do good things this year.
Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. We'll go to Benedict.
Thank you, Charlie. It seems to be a very intense match, especially midfield today. How do you think Cavalry reacted to that, with especially yourself and Victor Latour beside you?
Yeah, Vic's a top player and one for the future. You're going to see him go very, very far in this game. So it's great. I love playing with him, so it's fun. But yeah, again, first half is that overexcitement first game of the season. It's a bit scrappy in there, but like I said, you saw the second half, we start to put a stamp on that and start to dictate, and that's what we'll do. And then we start picking up second balls, intercepting and pinning them in. But now we just need to, ruthless, again, a word that will keep coming up, but we need to close out games and go out and punish teams.
Thank you. Best of luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benedict. We'll again give the last question to Brendan.
Thanks, Rochelle. Hey, Charlie. Just maybe expanding on something that one of the guys in the room just asked you. You're obviously a guy who's had a lot of experience both here and playing abroad, whether that was in Scotland or Wales with Wrexham or even back in Finland. How much does it mean to you to come back to Canada, play for Cavalry, especially with the captain's armband this afternoon?
Yeah, growing up there, this just wasn't an opportunity. So, if you wanted to do something in this game, you needed to pack up your bags and go on an adventure. So it's, for the young guys coming through, it's so cool to see, and it's unbelievable to see it develop at this rate at the same time the national team is having this success, and they're going to go hand in hand, and the league will keep growing with the national team success, and you'll start to see big things come out of this. And then on a personal side, it's so special. It's such a cool thing to be back and be a part of this, and hopefully leave some sort of legacy and help push the next generation on to go and do big things. And obviously to wear the armband, obviously a bit bittersweet. Like I said, it would have been fun to play with Mace today on opening day and have him in the armband, but Tommy knew bringing me in, I'd bring that leadership and have that. So it's an honor to do that. And it's an unbelievable club. And I keep saying it again, but it's just a smile on my face for the last 9 weeks arriving home and being around my family, around this group, around Tommy. So it's a privilege to wear that armband. It's gutted to the way it went today, and you don't want to have it's a bittersweet debut, I guess, but it's one to build on.
Yeah, of course. I saw a lot of games of last season, and we knew what was the main difficulties of the team. So we worked a lot on the preseason on this and also other things. But for sure, being compact and being solid and being a team that doesn't concede too much goal situations to the other team has to be a must. We have to start in this point. So I think it's a good point to start through, and after this we will start to develop the team and to grow. But I think that we cannot lose this solidness that is so important. I'm very happy because we had a clean sheet in the last friendly game. Today again, suffering in the last minutes with one less player. And I felt the team was compact, and that the reality, although they played too much in the last minutes on our field, I felt that there were not very clear situations of goals. So I think that the team was managing well in those situations.
I just ask a general question. Your first game here, atmosphere, what was your thoughts on just playing in front of a crowd here, like a big crowd here?
Was marvelous. Yeah. Truly. Also, the Dane was a shiny day at the end. Everything worked, and we were very happy to give the fans a first winning. I think this is so important to start to create this relationship between the club and the fans, so they start to come to the field. They start to feel that this year can be an important year for all.
Just to get a win in that first game, how important is it to kind of build morale that way, especially, not everyone's new, but there's a lot of people that were here last year, and to kind of build a winning culture with a win right out of the game.
That's so important, what you said, winning culture, winning mentality. It's very important that although we only have 6-7 players from last season, but it's important that we don't look back too much. We need to create this new mentality in the team. They have to start to enjoy the winnings, and they start to know what is to win consistently during the season. I think this is very important. And also, although I think we have to improve a lot of things, because in some moments I felt that we defended too much and we need more solutions. I think this was part of this stress that created all the scenario of first match, that in some moment we were a little bit nervous with the ball. But still, always starting with the winning give you more tranquility to start to work and to build the team and to develop it. So I'm very happy because of this situation.
To have the options that Grega comes from pretty good level in Mexico, and Sissoko's played in 3 of the best 5 leagues in the world. Just to have the depth that you have to be able to bring guys like that off the bench, how important is that?
I think it's a key point. If you only have 11 players, you don't have nothing to do in the season. It's a very squeezed season with a lot of games in a small amount of time. So I think that one of the key points is to have people in the bench that can make the difference. If we only have 11, 12, 13 players, we are going to have a tough season because it's going to be very long for everyone. But I feel that although all the players, they are not now in their best level. Anyone is in the best level. We're going to work on them so that we can add this type of players to the bench, and so that each time we have more solutions from the bench. So this is one of our ideas to bring up these players that at the moment we feel that there's a big gap between others.
Just the big lad grabbed the headlines with a well-taken penalty, 10 minutes left to go. But what are your thoughts on the performance of Ollie Bassett this afternoon? I thought he had a wonderful partnership alongside McKendry in central midfield, both ends of the park, attacking and defending.
Yeah, as I say, I felt that we did a good first half. I think in the first half, the team, although we were nervous on the first minutes and in some moments we lose the ball very easily, I felt that it was a good first half with a very equal game. And maybe in the second half, the game started to unbalance and they started to attack a little bit more. I think all is like a mental situation. We start to drop also in the fitness because we didn't rest too much with the ball. So I think that these changes, these substitution players that came from the bench were very important to keep the level of the team. And about these 2 midfielders that you say, they are a very, very solid pair. We have been working with them during the preseason. We know that they match together. They are players that they can play together, and they are starting to look each other and they know what they want and what they need. So we have to keep working with them, also to keep working with other midfielders that can give us other solutions during the game. So I think the point is this, to make balance in between the decisions of one day and other days, to see what we need. What we need in each situation, so that we can have all of type of solutions.
What did you see on the red card?
I didn't saw it. The reality is that I'm very far from the action. I didn't saw it. I think Drew is not this type of player that does one of those things intentionally. I don't know. I have to see it in the TV back again, and I will have my own opinion.
That's good. I like it. So we'll go to Zoom quickly before we move to our players. So Todd, if you have a question for Coach. Maybe not. Maybe Todd left us. I'll go to Benedict, and we can always come back if we need to.
Thank you. Carlos, you've spoken a lot about this ahead of the season, that you want your team to have a lot of intensity. What did you see from them today, especially in the opening half, where it seemed like everyone was really involved early on?
Yeah, I think that the intensity of the game was good in the first half. In the second half, I felt that we dropped a little bit. But still, the reality is that we have been working only with the team 5 weeks. So we have to keep calm. We have to be a little bit of patience, because this is not about pressing a button and having all what you want. We have to keep on working. And as I said, it's better to work on the building team through a win.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benedict. And Brendan, for our last question.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, Carlos. Just speaking to you yesterday, you said very clearly that you didn't want to set any targets for this club for the first game. You just wanted to make sure that the team really believed in the process. Just how much do you think that came through today in the win?
I think totally came 100%. I think that if they didn't believe in the process today, in the winning the game little by little in the small details, we wouldn't win the game finally. I think that also these 3 points give us a lot of support for this idea. So I think that is a good backup to start with. And as I say, sometimes the winnings don't show you what the defeats show you. So I think that we have to keep an eye on what we need to keep on improving and being nearer to our next winning.
I thought we put in a good performance today. Limited them to, I feel like they didn't get that many good looks in the run of play. Maybe towards the end, a little bit of a scramble towards the end, being down a man. But I thought most of their chances were going to come from set piece. But I thought we put in a good shift today.
What different have you seen? I mean, obviously there's been a lot of turnover, but some returning players from last year. How different is just everything from this year to last year?
Yeah, everything is different pretty much from, like, the only returning players are the 6 of us. But other than that, everything is different in the team, players, playing style, tactical, how everything we want to do. So for sure, preseason was very important to learn the tactics on how the coach wants us to play. And I thought we did at some points today, but obviously first game, so we need to improve a little bit more, but keep going.
So today you were wearing this special uniform. It was yellow. It was for Ukraine. I wonder when it was 0-0 towards the end, when you were looking at your socks or something there, would you like extra motivation to push for that last goal today, or?
At what point, sorry? At what point are you referring to?
The end of the game when you scored your goal.
No, I was just fixing my shin guards, to be honest.
No, I wasn't mentioning that. I saw you do that. I just looking at your uniform today.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, obviously today was for a really good cause. Glad we could get the result today, like for a good cause today. Obviously, in first home game of the season, just like last year, we were able to get a result. So again, for a special cause. So I'm glad we were able to do that today and give the fans a good show.
How big is it to get that first win today? Just like for the culture, just for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, every game is important. We talk about we're not just playing games. We try and say that every game we're playing is a final. So we try and look at it like that. And obviously, it's an important first win of the season. Like I said, obviously a very new team, new coach. So, and obviously we're having a regular season this year, which is nice. So it's important to get that first win, especially at home. And we're trying to keep our home a fortress so we don't drop points at home.
Thomas, go for one.
Brian, congratulations on your goal today.
Cheers.
Obviously, last year we saw that you shared some penalty duties with Malcolm. He wasn't on the field when the penalty was awarded today. You step up for it. How important is it to have a good relationship with your striking partner, but also healthy competition to push each other to try and get more goals?
Yeah, I mean, all week I've been practicing my pens. We know the order. Malcolm wasn't on the field. If Malcolm was on the field, he would have taken it. But I feel confident in taking the pens as well. Like I said, been working on them all week. But Malcolm and I have a really good relationship, so it's not much of a back and forth. We understand what's going on.
All business. We'll go to Benedict over Zoom for one.
Thank you. Hi, Brian. Your team played fairly centrally today. A lot of stuff came through Ollie Bassett and Ben McKendry in midfield. How do you want to see maybe your team adapt a little bit to get Baloo Tabla and Kevin Alleman a bit more involved in the game?
Well, I mean, you have to play what the game's giving you. So I mean, if that was the case today, then we just have to take that. But obviously, we know the players that we have outside Baloo. We know he's a special player. So obviously, the coach talked about trying to get him on the ball more. But like I said, you just got to take what the game gives you.
And you also scored the winning goal last year in the home opener. What does it mean to you to sort of keep delivering these sort of special moments for your fans?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to score goals, period. Obviously, again, like you said, the home opener last year was nice. But at the end of the day, my job is to score goals. So like I said, it is nice, but just taking one game at a time and just keep going from there.
Thanks, Brian. Best luck in the next one.
Cheers.
Thanks, Benedict. And we'll end with Brandon again.
Thanks, Michelle. Hey, Brian. Just congratulations on the goal there. Just very curious. I know strikers are kind of like magicians in the sense that they don't really like to reveal their tricks. But is that position that you always take your penalties? Is that a thing that you always do, or is that a thing that you come up with on the spot?
Like I said, all week I've been practicing my pens, both sides. It doesn't matter. So today I just went that way. So.
Congrats on the goal then, and congrats on the win, and good luck with next week.
Thank you.
It's top secret, Brandon. Don't ask those questions.